Alright, so YouTube's a bitch. It keeps telling me to rotate my device. Okay. Sorry, here it goes. So I suck at making updates. Hold on, let me fucking talk to you right. I suck at making updates, and it just, gets sidetracked with life and like not keep you updated or anyone that's watching for like months. So this just sucks. I'm probably not gonna make a successful YouTube channel, but with that said, here is my shitty apology of why I don't record. I'm under it, but this is that 57 chop top truck that we've been building. I think I have a video of it before when it's running with that 5.0. And it was badass at a 5.0 fuel injector and it ran good, but it just didn't shift anymore. And it's my brother's truck, my little brother, and he this well, we both don't like the look for the from the fuel injected motor, so we decided to get this because it was really cheap, and it's pretty goddamn clean, and it's supposed to be a rebuild. It has good compression and everything. So this is a 350. That was a 350 out of an El Camino that I had here. Um, and so we, goddamn, I spaced out. We've been fucking putting this 350 in this bitch. That's what we've been doing. So basically, the engine comes back like 4 inches, and this was way longer on the Ford, so I had to trim it. If you can tell right here, I trimmed it, and then the hole was right here, and I had to drill it over here, which is like not that much of a modification, to go and to have the shaft. Ideally, I think I missed it by like a quarter inch because I wanted it like right here. I think where it was riding was too close for my taste. I wanted it like right here, but I think it's fine where it's at. It might still move a little back because when it tightened all the bolts down from the other mounts, so I'm not even worried. And this is the shaft from the Ford, and this head is from the Chevy, actually from an Oldsmobile that I had laying around here because the guy wanted the other shaft back from the El Camino, because basically he was gonna do an LS swap, and he let us bring the El Camino here, and you know, take the engine out, and then he took the truck, just a shell, to do the LS. But yeah, I got a custom U joint, but from Chevy to Ford, and that's how I made it happen. And up front, I'm gonna use the Ford mounts, Ford block mounts, and I drilled them to fit that Chevy 350, and it's pretty much just gonna bolt on. Oh, fuck. Um, you see, right here is where it used to bolt onto before. That's where the Ford block would mount. So what I did, I flipped them, drilled them, so it can mount on the fucking Chevy, and then it just sits in there. I still gotta like line up the hole and shit, and I need to get some other hardware because it's gonna be wider than what's supposed to be. Can't really explain it, but yeah, I had to drill the holes bigger and shit, but it's gonna work out pretty good for goddamn sure. And honestly, we didn't have to really buy shit. Um, I sold the 5.0 with the bad transmission's gonna stay here, but I sold the engine with all the accessories to this guy with a Mustang, which apparently is a Fox body, and he's paying me in payments. He left me like 150 as a deposit, and like I usually don't do that. I usually just want to get all the money. They take their shit, but like I wanted it just gone. van because I wanted the truck to be able to remove it. And it's hard to sell an engine that people can't see running, you know? So I had it running. The guy came and saw it, and I said, you know what? Okay, I'll take your fucking deposit. Just hurry up and pay me. And we made a little contract for like 2 weeks or whatever. And so I can just get going on this bitch. And like, for real, like he gave me the deposit, and like the next morning, like by 9, I had the fucking 5.0 out of this bitch. So, yeah. And I mean, we got to hook up with this block. Because the guy had it really fucking clean, yo. Like running, fucking perfect running, you know. We drove that fucking El Camino around. I think he paid like $700 for it, my little bro. With the carburetor and the intake. And this shit has like, I don't know. He said less than like fucking 3,000 miles from rebuild. And it's true because like all the seals look new. And you know, it looks like it's been at the machine shop recently. So I was pretty happy about it. The guy was selling it before. It had chrome valve covers and a different distributor, but he did take all that shit off from the initial post where he had advertised it. I don't care. We can just get other better distributor and whatnot. The fuel pump, the fucking fuel pump, is obsolete now. We have to cut this out. I'm gonna save that pump, but you see that block off plate? It wasn't gonna work here. It wasn't gonna be too close to the frame, and it was gonna hit on this. It might still go on there now if I trim that, because it ended up not being that close to a frame. But in my experience, we're fucking fuck that mechanical pump bullshit, yo. For real, like I don't do well with that bullshit. But what's badass is this. I just need a fuel regulator because this thing already has an electric fuel pump in the tank. And then here are the lines, return and supply for this 5.0. It has a fucking electric pump for a fucking fuel injector, so it's gonna have big time pressure. And it has a return system that I am gonna run it. Later on I'll show you or not how it fucking works. I have one like that in my white car. It's one of those filters with a Y, and just run it like that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it has the whole fucking electric fuel system already on it, and I run it with a switch off the fucking. I have it on a switch off the dashboard. This column's gonna be gone. We're gonna put a '61 Cadillac steering wheel, and a bunch of this bullshit's gonna be trimmed out. The only reason we had it that wheel is because of the whole fuel injection and having to run the computer and all that. You know, I don't really want to fuck with the wiring too much. And now that it's all gone, we can do the fucking one wire Chevy 350. We're gonna run a fucking slick fucking steering column and shit. Also, we had to move the cab 4 inches. This used to mount there. You can see it. Well, this is like 3, 4 inches. But this has a natural taper down, so the mount's gonna move over here and it's gonna reach. And we just fucking weld it on and all that shit. Moving it all back helped with the position of the tires and the wheel wells. It's like more centered now. It looks better. But again, it was just because of the transmission's shorter and the engine moved back like a fucking 3 or 4 inches. But overall, man, we're still pretty fucking far from it, but closer than before. Well, actually, we were closer before the transmission fucked up. But hey, now it has a Chevy 350 on a Lincoln frame with a Dodge body with a fucking grafted international front clip. It's over there somewhere. You know, it's gonna be a beast. This thing's running already. I'm just waiting for the fucking customer to bring the final parts. But also has a Chevy 350 in it now. Pretty sick.